Let's now cross live to the NPP head office, where there's a press conference currently being addressed by campaign manager Peter McMahon.
Today, we have called you in respect of Techiman South parliamentary elections. I must state also here that we do not speak for the Electoral Commission. We speak for ourselves, and we speak to set the record straight as against a multitude of lies peddled by the NDC yesterday. It is important to state upfront that the NPP parliamentary candidate for Techiman South, Mr. Martin Mensah Kosa, won that election and so declared by the EC. For the avoidance of doubt, we present to you the results of Techiman parliamentary elections as per all pink sheets available to us. Martin Mensah Kosa, NPP, 49,682, and I repeat, Martin Mensah Kosa, NPP, 49,682. 2. Christopher Baire Basomgut, NDC, 49,205. And I repeat, 2. Christopher Baire Basomgut, NDC, 49,205. Per all the pink sheets available to us, which are here displayed, our candidate, Martin Mensah Kosa, was duly elected as MP for Techiman South for the next parliament, January 2021 to January 2025. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is important for us to expose the lies, deceit, propaganda, and political chicanery, shenanigans, and dishonesty of the NDC since the process towards the 2020 elections began. The NDC has always sensed that it will lose the 2020 elections. And so, from the beginning of the year, they had constantly been impugning the integrity of the EC, as per their presidential candidate's logic, that if you sense that you are losing the elections or the match, attack the referee, attack the integrity of the referee. Mahama, this is Mahama at the NDC 2016 last rally. Ghanaians will recall that way back in September, and specifically on September 24th, 2020, Mr. Mahama made clear his intention not to accept the 2020 election results. Which results did he say he won't accept? The one in which he was going to be declared winner, or the one in which he was going to be declared loser? As they say in Ghana, I can't think far. But for the moment, let us come back to Techiman South elections. I have already stated Techiman South parliamentary elections were collated and Martin Mensah duly declared winner. The NDC initially said that there was no collation in Techiman South. Now they are asking for recollation. If there was no collation in the first place, how can there be recollation? But it is important to point out to the NDC that after results have been collated and declared, the only remedy available to them if they disagree with the collated and declared results is to go to court of competent jurisdiction. But as is obvious to Ghanaian people, the NDC is not ready to be put in strict proof. All they want to do is court public disaffection for the EC, and by that reduce the legitimacy of NPP's victory in the eyes of well-meaning Ghanaians. But in their attempt to do so, they have constantly exposed their own lies and reduced their own esteem in the eyes of Ghanaian people. This far, NDC has put out several results as representing what they call true results of Techiman South parliamentary elections. But there cannot be multiple truths. So which of the several results that NDC has put out represents the true results of the Techima parliamentary elections? Yesterday, the minority in parliament promised to display all 265 pin sheets from Techima South. In the end, they subjected viewers to fabricated images of an Excel spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet, not collated sheet of the EC. I think media men and the public know the difference. Such gross deceit and incompetence. And according to them, the NPP candidate obtained 50,013 votes, while their candidate obtained 50,306 votes. So according to the NDC majority's juju figure, NDC won Techima South with a difference of 293 votes. On the 10th of December 2020, Johnson Esiedun Ketia claimed that NDC candidate polled 50,569, while the NPP candidate polled 49,874 votes, making it a vote difference of 695. On the 11th of December 2020, John Dramani Mahama, presidential candidate of the NDC, claimed that the NDC parliamentary candidate gained 50,414 votes, while the NPP parliamentary candidate obtained 49,825, in which case, according to candidate Mahama, the NDC candidate won with a difference of 592 votes. Then on 21st December 2020, the NDC candidate himself, Christopher Beire, in an interview with Joy FM's Joseph Opoku Gakpo, claimed that he won the elections with a margin of 700. Around 4 p.m. on the same day, on JoyNews, he claimed he has won by 2,000 votes. Later the same day on News Night, on JoyNews, the very same Christopher Beire claimed that he won the election with a vote margin of 825. So, ladies and gentlemen of the media, if we are to believe the NDC story that they won the Techima South parliamentary elections, they won it with vote difference of 293, at a point 695, at a point 592, at a point 700, and then 825. Mind you, we are talking about an election in one constituency. In this singular constituency, the NDC won by 5 different margins. Ridiculous. They are so inept, lazy, and propaganda-driven to such an extent that they can't get basic computing right. Basically, they can't even tell a consistent lie. How could they be incompetent even at forgery? Ladies and gentlemen of the press, let me state again, for purposes of emphasis, that NPP won the presidential election of 2020 and tied with the NDC on parliamentary elections, at least for now. And I say for now because we have signaled our intention to go to court to challenge the validity of a number of seats which the EC has declared for the NDC. We are also going to challenge some of their parliamentary results. And you will hear from us very soon. For us, in the court of law, not in the streets. Have you all noticed that suddenly the NDC has stopped talking about presidential election? To date, they have provided no figure to back all the street protests that they have urged other people's children to embark on, while they keep their children either in the comfort of their homes or in cozy villas abroad. This is why NDC has always been opposed to a universal access to education by all Ghanaians. They want to keep an uninformed population, so propaganda, lies, and deceit can have a legitimate hold on the politics of our country. This is pathetic. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost in the Christmas season, and so we shall not keep you for long. We wish to reiterate the point that the 2020 elections has been one of the cleanest and the most transparent in Ghana's election history. CODEO, EU, ECOWAS, and other international observers have all affirmed same. No effort to denigrate the results of election 2020 will gain traction. We call on Mahama to tell his supporters the truth, that he lost the election. It is okay if he wants to go to court, the support of his party for another try in 2024, but it is not okay to endanger the lives of other people's children, and by that endanger the security of our country. This far, the security agencies have been professional in their handling of the provocations that Mahama has encouraged his supporters to foment. We cannot, however, be sure what will happen if he continues to display such carelessness and irresponsibility in not wanting to go to the appropriate forum to seek for redress, but continue to fight for his battles on the streets. Already, respected bodies like the National House of Chiefs, the Peace Council, the Coalition of Civil Society Organizations have called on Mahama to follow the law in addressing his grievances. He should do the needful. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2021 New Year. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make her a great and strong nation. I thank you.
Hold on. So Manu, walk us through.
Many things happened on the declaration and the process of declaring the election results in Techima South. And we want to walk you through what the video captured for you to see what really went on. To begin with, the collation center is supposed to engage only the 2 agents and the security forces. So if you look at the melee, the chaotic situation that was happening there by NDC supporters and members who mass up. And I think one of their strategy was to mass up at various collation centers on the D-Day when they know they were losing. Because they did that here. They did that at Escado Ketan. Did that at Security also and other places. Why? Allow the EC to collect in a serene atmosphere. Because you need a peace of mind and peace to pick figures, to transpose figures from the pink sheet onto the collation sheet. But if there is that chaotic situation that we're going to find ourselves here, it will be difficult for anybody to do the kind of collation we would have expected. So I think the EC has done well. But many people who were there, particularly the NDC folks, have breached the law by attacking the EC officials, because it is against the law under the PNDC Political Parties Act. All right, let's go.
So we have Seth here. He's a member of the IT team, and we have our pink sheet here. We have a collection of our pink sheets here for all the 32 electoral areas. And then on there you see the videos of the collation. So you have the NDC candidates. We have the NDC candidate. He is the man in the Lacoste t-shirt. What you see here, this man is a leading member of the NDC. He's the assemblyman for Sansama election.
So this is the EC collation center?
Yes, this is the Bon Champion Hall, Techiman Municipal Assembly, where the collation was done. So you see the NDC candidates in the Lacoste t-shirts there, leading members of the NDC. We have the assemblyman for Sansama. The man in mask, we call him Buguma. He was a parliamentary. Call him Buguma Mohammed. He was a parliamentary aspirant. He contested the NDC primaries. Couldn't make it. The man sitting there with the tag is the NDC constituency chairman. called Chairman Fowl. And then the man in mosque, his back is facing us, so we can't.
So was this an NDC collation center or EC collation center? Because I can read you what the CI 125 says about who and who should attend a collation.
So this is at the time that the collation was going on. A lot of the leading members of the NDC were around, but not all of them are captured in the photograph. But at the collation center, the regional chairman was there, Chairman Manu was there. There are other videos that we can show to identify a lot of the individuals. Yes, this is still at the collation center. If we can rotate it. And the director, the returning officer, was about declaring the results. So some of the people that we can identify in the picture, the man there is the first vice chairman NPP, Manu East region. The man in the mosque here is also a second vice chairman, the constituency second vice chairman. And then you can see Honorable Ajay Sankosa also. This is the one we saw. And then, if you can read it. So, this is the returning officer. So, the man who started the scaffold, who pushed the table, is the NDC parliamentary candidate himself. Trying to scatter the documents and everything that the EC. Yes, that's the EC. So, this is our Nasara coordinator, the man in t-shirts, NPP Nasara coordinator. And then, can you pause? This man, Red, is the former member of parliament of NDC. He's also called Ajay Mensah. Yes. So, these are a lot of the NDC men. What the video the man who took
Did you hear it?
The megaphone is the constituency organizer.
You see, he came and took the megaphone.
The whole thing was to stop the EC from going ahead to declare the results and to scatter the whole program. But thankfully, the EC returning officer was able to declare the results. And those of us who have gone to them were out. So, he is the conference organizer of the Chinese House. We have the DC, MC, around the people now. And then, observers. In fact, the first video where the job show, we saw observers were all sitting there. So, at the collation center, observers were allowed in. Everything that was going on there, they also. A lot of the NDC constituency executives, both regional and constituency, were all there. Of the projected figures. Okay, so from the NDC, from the coalition side, from our coalition. This. These are screenshots of the coalition. This is a screenshot of the coalition. I think you can. Okay, so this is the coalition that was done at the EC. So after we have collected, yes, this is NPP coalition figures. After the coalition, this is what we also obtain. You can see the polling station codes, that's the column shaded in blue, the polling station names, then the votes that the total registered voters for each polling station, the votes that NPP got, the votes that NDC got, the rejected, and then the total valid votes, which led to the total that the Electoral Commission declared that Honorable Ajime Sakosa is the winner for the parliamentary elections in Techiman South, and so declared. So if you can show the video, before the collation, the night before, there was also a scuffle where the NDC guys destroyed a number of pin sheets and ballot boxes for reasons best known to them.
Votes cast.
This is
for a police station that I won.
JHS.
Damaged everything. Look at the ballot box.
So this is the night, that's on the 7th, at the beginning of collation. That was what happened at the collation. Now this is in front of the World Champion Hall. The hall has a large land in front of it where the ballot boxes are arranged before they are taken into the collation center. So this incident happened at the collation center.
For your information, this matter was reported to the police by the Electoral Commission, and so it has records. And anybody can authenticate this. I believe that the police is still investigating. The returning officer, the presiding officer who was attacked is called James J. And the security had to whisk him away to safety and subsequently lodged a complaint with the police. So it's important that you take note of this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we showed, all the 267, in fact, traditionally we have 265 police stations. The two additional police stations are the special registration, the special votes polling centers. That adds up to the 267. So these are the pin sheets that we use in the collation process at the collation center. So if probably you can zoom. So we have Methodist JHS 1 Techiman. Police station code is K010101B. Where Honorable Ajime Sakosa had NPP 386, and then Christopher Bayer Basumti NDC had 113.
Which police station are you mentioning?
This is Methodist JHS Techiman 1. K0101B.
Yes, so that's it.
So, call the figure.
The figures is Honorable Ajime Sakosa NPP 386.
386.
386.
NDC.
And then NDC is 113.
Rejected.
So, rejected is 2. In fact, this one, the presiding officer made a mistake. He wrote 501.
Mention his name.
The presiding officer is Aganda Derek. The polling agent for NPP is Amorin James. And for NDC is Sule Isifu. So these are pin sheets. In order to make, for simplicity's sake, we arrange our pin sheets according to electoral areas. So what I have is for one electoral area called Tunsuasi electoral area. So the next one is Methodist JHS, the police station code is K01 101 02A. K0 10 102A.
And it's a Diana. Is it a Diana JHS?
It's immediately after the first police station that I mentioned. K0 10 1028.
So what is it? 10.
Mention the name of the organization.
Methodist JHS Techiman 2. So
That was there, yeah.
Go on.
Please, allow him. Call it again. Call the code.
The code is K0 1028.
Yes. Met JHS Techiman.
Yes.
Methodist are right the best.
So call the figure.
The figures NPP is 266, NDC 98, rejected is 0, and the total vote cast is 364.
On the pen sheet.
The presiding officer is Upoku Kofi Isaac. For the agents, NPP agent is Aferi Yeboah Derek, and then NDC is Keneboa.
Okay, no, don't close it. Let the camera pick it up.
Come this way.
Okay. I think it can be picked.
Yes,
They all signed.
Yes.
So this is that's what you have to mention.
So Chairman, whilst at the Collating Center, the focus of the new patriotic party was to ensure that the returning officer who had the responsibility under the law to declare the results was done. The NDC brought in their tax headed by their parliamentary candidate and caused the mayhem. We have shown to you our pin sheets from all the 267 polling stations, and we've confirmed from the figures on the pin sheets as against what was recorded at the Collating Center before the attack. We expect the media to look at what the campaign manager and our MP-elect has presented to you as against the spreadsheet of the NDC and their minority.
And there are different numbers that they are.
And there are different numbers put out by Mr. John Dramani Mahama, Mr. Sidun Ketia, the candidate himself, and Mr. Haruna Idrisu. Thank you very much. Okay, Chairman, I'm told there's another video they want to show.
Let them finish that.
That's when they were calling their supporters to come and force me.
That's what they did in Esikado Ketan and Security.
Okay, so we have crowds gathering across all the races.
This was after they've made announcement on Akina Radio that their members should move to the Collating Center. And that they did. We had Sami Jemfi, we had Otokuno, Esedun Ketia, and Mr. Fianka, that they should march up to all Collating Centers.
Gathering across all the races.
And the same thing they are doing on daily basis, marching across, bending ties, and causing mayhem. Yes. Okay. So, yes. Please know it. All right. You need to know.
And you know, anuanom ne adɔfo nom a mo nsɛnkyerɛfoɔ Mama Kwaba Eba New Patriotic Party campaign officer. yɛda mo ase sɛ mmerɛ atwa mu mmerɛ biara yɛfrɛ mo a moba na mobɛtie asɛm na ɛma yɛnya kwan ɛma Ghana mansan ne wiase afa na nyaa so ɛte yɛasɛm a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛka yɛda mo ase ne sɛnea mosi ɛkyerɛkyerɛnsɛm mu kyerɛ wiase afa na ne Ghana fa na nyaa nyame nhyira mo na Ghana for so yɛda mo ase wɔ saa adwuma no a mudeɛ no na ɛdi kan yɛn New Patriotic Party nsɛm a ɛkɔɔ so wɔ Techiman South ada Electoral Commission declare nipa ɔwene aba no yɛ condemn shooting etuo toto a ɛkɔɔ so wɔ hɔ a ɛma nipa mienu wu ya nipa bebree soso edi ɛdɛm yɛ condemn pa saa deɛ no nti yɛsrɛ security agencies sɛ ɔmo mmɔmɔden nyɛ mpensempensemu ɛwɔ saa nsɛm a esi wɔ hɔ no sɛ wohwɛ video yi a yɛbɛyie a wobɛhu sɛ nipa bi yɛ macho man sɛ te sɛ deɛ ɔmo mpene adeɛ no so mmra a yɛfrɛ no CI 127 ɛne yɛde yɛ adwuma nyɛ no na esi hɔ yi ɛnɛ yɛfrɛ mo sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛne mo di nkɔmmɔ ɛfa Techiman parliamentary elections no ho na yɛpɛ sɛ yɛdi kan ka esi so dua sɛ your candidate, NPP parliamentary candidate for Techiman South, your friend Owura Martin J. Mensa Kosano. Ono ne din kunim ewo abana ye 7th December no. Electoral Commission so declare no sa. Ye share video no so ye hu ye. Na ye nye hu achinye no. Ye de results a friend of pin sheets. Polling stations war Techiman 4-2 no yede ebi bedadi ama moahwe na yekeka saa polling stations no ne special voting menu a na wo Techiman South no bomu a Owura Martin J. Mensa Kosa ogina ho ma NPP no onya 49,682 empim aduanan kron.
And that was the NPP campaign chairman, Peter McMahon, making claims that the NPP parliamentary candidate, Martin Kosa, was duly elected in Techiman South and is actually the winner of the 2020 parliamentary elections in that area, rejecting the claims by the NDC, saying that there were machinations in that area and therefore their parliamentary candidate, Christopher Bayere, is the winner of that election. They actually showing videos just like the NDC did yesterday to back their claims that their parliamentary candidate, Martin Kosa, is the one who won the Techiman South constituency. We're still monitoring how this whole thing unfolds, but